A new iOS beta hints at a new iTunes. Hope you like Windows 10 because you're not getting a Windows 11. And Google gives in to map maker pranksters. It's Monday, May 11th, and this is Crunch Report. Windows 10 is new ground for Microsoft. Last week at the company's Ignite conference, a developer evangelist said that Windows 10 would be the last version of Windows. And since then, a Microsoft spokesperson has confirmed that yes, updates to Windows after the release of 10 will be incremental updates instead of bigger and less frequent numbered launches. This is more and more common in software companies. You see this a lot. Having continuous updates for apps, for operating systems, even for firmware, is more seamless when customers are all pretty much online all the time. And Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella has made it clear he wants more of a services company, so to include Windows in the shift just makes sense. Windows 10 will be a free upgrade for eligible devices after a year after 10's official launch, and it should still drive revenue from sales of the OS after that period ends. Speaking of OSs, mobile this time, Apple's latest iOS 8.4 beta is out in the wild now and has a few new goodies. A music app update with some UI changes like a new persistent mini player, a new playlist feature, easier access to iTunes Radio, that all point to a possible new iTunes streaming music service, which could be unveiled at the Worldwide Developers Conference early next month. Sources have already told TechCrunch that Apple is planning to do this during a keynote on June 8th, which is the first day of WWDC, and that the service could compete directly with the Spotify model and incorporate Beats Music, which Apple acquired last year. Okay, let's go to the future of news. Doesn't really look really bright for the New York Times because they are abandoning the paid subscription model for the NYT Now app after not much success converting a big number of mobile users into subscribers. The app used to cost $7.99 per month, and it was designed to cater to a younger crowd that consumes more news via mobile, so summaries of longer form articles in the Times, stuff like that. But on mobile, news apps are kind of a dime a dozen. You have so many choices and customizable experiences like Flipboard or Circa or Smart News are consistently in the top news app rankings. Last fall, a company memo cited that the market response for the Times access at this lower price subscription price for NYT Now was disappointing. So even though the Times hasn't disclosed the number of subscribers that the app has, not a huge surprise. It does highlight an issue that news organizations have, though, trying to keep up with media shifts. NYT Now will be free, but it'll be monetized through ads. That's a model we've seen before. The app gets a few new features, too, like limited access to full-Times articles, improved design, and better sharing functionality. The kids love sharing, or New York Times hopes so anyway. Google will temporarily take down its crowdsourced map editing tool MapMaker tomorrow after a series of spam attacks and obscene edits, which we told you about a couple of weeks ago. They just haven't let up. MapMaker was originally designed to let people in areas in countries all over the world that don't have detailed maps to add details and points of interest to Google Maps. Help, crowdsource the whole thing. New roads, new parks. But it's also easily prankable. A recent prank added an image of the Android robot mascot taking a whiz on the Apple logo, which is not very nice. Until now, all edits went through a manual review process, which is not a great solution for a platform as big as Google Maps. And MapMaker has users in over 200 countries updating map information for Google Maps and Google Earth's millions of users. No word yet on when Google expects the issues to be resolved and MapMaker to be back up and running. We started the show with Microsoft software, and let's go on back to Microsoft, but end it with laying some pipes. The company has announced partnerships with a consortium of telecom companies to build a new trans-Pacific undersea cable called the New Cross-Pacific Cable Network, or NCP, which will connect China, South Korea, Taiwan, and Japan with the west coast of the US. It's actually out of Oregon, which Microsoft says will speed up connections for its customers and also help it compete on cloud cost. The company also announced details with Hibernia for better connectivity between Canada and Ireland and the UK, and Aquacomms to use its upcoming AE Connect cable between New York and the west coast of Ireland. The Hibernia Express cable is the first new transatlantic cable in 12 years and launches in September. Another company heavily invested in undersea cable, Google, of course, which paid $300 million for a new cable system that connects Japan and the US after previously making similar deals in 2008 and 2011. And that is the report for today. Back in the San Francisco office. Feels pretty good. I'm Sarah Lane. Thanks for watching. Crunch Report airs Monday through Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, right here on TechCrunch.com. We'll see you here tomorrow.